Hi, this is Slimedog,
Topo,
Nelstone,
Legendaryjonk,
and today we're playing Flinthook on the PS4 by Tribute Games. Flinthook's a really slick little roguelike that's kind of redeemed my whole faith in roguelikes in general. It's got a super retro feel like all of Tribute stuff, and it's got a great attention to detail.
and you mentioned this was a follow-up to the Curses and Chaos that you and Jonk played before.
Yes, you can check out our episode on that one too. That's another fun one. This one's a lot more in-depth. It's a lot more robust. Curses and Chaos was fun, a lot of fun, but it was also not like 100% complete. It didn't really feel like a whole game. This one definitely feels like a standalone experience. It's got really, really great music. So if you get a chance, crank the tunes. If you like Mega Man, this reminds me a lot of the old Mega Man 2 music, and it gets stuck in my head super easily. So.
Sure.
When you, basically the way it works is you pick there's 4 different bosses of the game, but before you can go through the bosses you have to fight through a certain number of ships. And each ship consists of anywhere between 10, 12, or 20 rooms. You can also buy power-ups, or the more you play, the more XP you get, the more you level up. And you can use your, when you level up, you can choose which perks you want to put in your guy for a given run. So you can load up on XP bonuses to get up levels faster if you're better, or you can load up on firepower bonuses if you're going into a boss, things like that. So it's got a whole lot of options. It's got this randomized pack system for the perks, so you never know what kind of perk you're going to get. Sometimes it could be really great, or it could just be sort of a repeat. Let's see. So here's the game. You've got to jump. You can shoot in any direction. You can freeze your movement, so you can stand still and shoot, which is kind of nice. You've got a claw.
2-stick, you said, right?
Yeah, 2-stick. You aim independently, so you can aim your claw and your gun in any direction. And your claw also will you use that to get around the level. All these little rings, you can grab onto to kind of to bounce around quickly. A lot of the levels really require good use of the claw to...
Of the Flinthook, as it were.
The Flinthook, yeah, there you go.
You may...
And you have a time-freezing belt as well that you need to get through certain areas. This guy's a shop right here, and since we just started the level, I don't think I have enough money to buy anything. You can buy food items which give you back life, and you can talk to all the crazy NPCs, but you start saying the same thing after a while, so...
I gotta say, I really liked them in the opening room, how the giant anchor from his spacecraft smashes through and he comes in through the hole.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That really cool moment.
Sorry.
The anchor makes another appearance when you clear each level. You take off, you leave via anchor too. So.
Oh, sweet.
This one doesn't have anything in it. It's just got environmental things. Yeah. On this one, it's a la Mega Man. That every couple seconds the things will flip and the boxes will appear or disappear. Sometimes there'll be rings that appear or disappear also. Let me see, because this seems to be the way to progress. I'm going to go back to the other side and see if I can find loot, treasure, shops in here.
Well.
Oh man,
I'm not doing so well here.
Well, this is a harsh...
The controls, once you've had a chance... Oh, it's a relic. These guys are basically lore. There's different lore items in the game. Once you've unlocked them, you can read them from the title screen. Oh, and sub-weapons. You can find a sub-weapon. You only use them once, though. So this is like a grenade-type bomb thing. And it does a lot of damage, but you won't get to use another one until you find another one, or a different type of sub-weapons. The more powerful sub-weapons are actually a perk that you purchase with your skill points. So you don't start out, in the beginning, you'll only find bombs.
I love that animation when he shoots the hook for those tubes that shuffle him around.
Yeah.
That whole animation of him grabbing, pulling in, and flying through there is just really cool.
Yeah. It is really slick. Yeah. honestly, the animations, the artwork in general, it's got a lot of charisma. I don't know. I really dig it. I think it's a great game. And lately, it feels like every game has had sort of roguelike elements. So this one's, like, I've been getting a little bit burned out, even on the better ones, like Risk of Rain and things like that. I'm just like, roguelike, whatever. Like, you know, it's just, I've been sort of burned out on them. And this one's really kind of restored my faith in the concept of it. Because they do it really well. You know, it doesn't feel like, you know, like procedurally generated rooms each time.
Ah! Sorry.
You used your pogo.
Yes, well, I don't have the
He
pogo.
doesn't have it this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a better, the skulls are like the 3 spinning skulls that'll expand out from you as a different sub-weapon. Honestly, I don't use the sub-weapons enough. I probably should because they do a lot of damage, but you only run into bosses, what's one of these rooms? Bouncy blocks. You only run into blocks as, you know, once every 4 ships, and the bosses, while really tough, aren't really what you spec for. It's like your big issue is going to be getting to them for the most part. Although they're certainly not easy when you do. So this was just a room with treasure. Once I could pogo my way up there, I got the treasure.
Nice.
It gives you, when you're picking which ship you want to do, which level, it gives you a skull rating so you have an idea of how hard it's going to be. It also has a lot of adjectives that sort of describe it. So, like, you know if it's going to have, like, relics in it, or if it's going to have lore books, or lots of shops, or extra gold, or tons of bad guys. So you can pick and choose sort of what you want to do and avoid the ones that you don't like playing.
That's cool.
It'll give you a choice of like 3 different ones when you start, or when you pick levels every time.
Right.
Every time you clear out a room of bad guys, you get a bunch of gold, and typically you get 2 or 3 apples that give you some of your life back.
Nice.
This way, yeah. That's like the main way you recover life in this game. All these guys are invincible. Oh, you have a wall jump too, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So tons of mobility, honestly. You're never really hurting for options.
Ah,
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to walk into. Every room it could be, you know,
that's quite the
something.
surprise. Because it was all red.
Bombirds. I am off my game tonight.
Wow.
And speaking of which, it's a pretty demanding game. Like, honestly, it took me many, many tries before I could get through the first set of levels and beat the first boss. This game will probably end up being too tough for me. Like, I don't know if I'll ever get to, like, the end of it. But I'm going to have a great time trying, so that's what counts.
Yeah, it really looks like the type of game where you just really have fun, like, playing these levels over and over again to really get a feel for it. Oh, nice pickup.
There we go. And that's the whole ship.
Nice.
Sweet.
There you go.
Why do you
Well,
have like
fun.
a little slime in the box?
That's
Wait,
what you
your pet.
collect, basically. That's your
It's your
magic
engine?
compass that tells you where the
Okay.
boss is. And you have to play through these ships to get the gems to feed the compass to find out where the boss is.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
Well, I like this game.
Yeah?
It's very fun.
Yeah, very well thought out. Really cool environments. Yeah, I like a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another nice indie game, too. This would be another limited run.
It is. We got the physical off limited run, but you can get it for download on the PSN store. It's entirely worth it. If you like these are a
This
lot
is
of
more tribute.
This is tribute, yeah. So a lot of these guys were the guys that made the Scott Pilgrim game on the PS3. And yeah, it really shows. There's a lot of like love for the pixel art and the style and things like that. But if you get a chance, you really should try it. It's a super fun game.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.